I don't know where I'm going, but I sure know where I've been. Hanging on the promises and the songs of yesterday. Well, I made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time. Here I go again. Here I go again. Though I keep searching for the answers, I never seem to find what I'm looking for. Oh Lord, I pray you give me strength to carry on, 'cause I know what it means to walk along a lonely street of dreams. 'Cause here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter I was born to walk alone. Well, I made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time. I'm just another heart in need of rescue, waiting on love, sweet charity. And I'm gonna hold on for the rest of my days, 'cause I know what it means to walk along a lonely street of dreams. 'Cause here I go again on my own, going down the only road
I can't. Welcome to Daywave Thursday show. Yesterday was a Radio Death March. 3 shows I did yesterday. And I'm back this morning with another one. Nothing stops the train. Morning, everybody. If you like the music, they're Band Geek. They're called Band Geek. Pretty good covers. Again, it's the only way I can play the songs without getting popped. So... pretty good though, right? Anyway. Good morning, guys. Good morning. I realize, and it's going to piss me off that I didn't fix the lights, but whatever. I want to fix the lights now. It's going to bother me. OCD is going to kick in. I didn't fix the lights from last night's show, and I probably have to do that. Whatever, it's fine. It's not that bad, right? I know there's a shadow on the right-hand corner, and it's going to bother me now, but whatevs. We'll make do. I'll fix it later. WWE Super Showdown on TRDC? Well, let's see. No, please don't bother me, because I will fucking stop everything to fix the light. Don't. Right. It's not a big deal, Royce. I'm talking to myself here. You'll be fine. It's just one light. We could fix it at some other point. It's fine. Everything is fine. I know it wasn't bothering. I shouldn't have mentioned it. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it, or I'm going to have to fix it. And then I'm no, stop. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. It's not that big of a deal. And you guys are just playing. You guys are just fucking playing on. You guys are playing on my fucking. You know what? I'm going to fix the light. I'm sorry. You did this to yourself. You did this to yourself. Here, I'll play something. I'll play something and I'll fix the light. It's going to bother me now if I don't. All right?
Ah! Sorry, my brakes are getting squirrely on me. I've had some boots on layaway here at Zapateria La Bailarina. Oh! 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 Wait, what? Oh! What? Oh! I'm just goofing. New boot, goofing. I'm just goofing. New boot, goofing. Genuine ostrich. 3 payments. Oh! Oh! I'm just goofing. New boot, goofing. I'm just goofing. New boot, goofing. Genuine ostrich.
Oh my God, much better. Thank
3
God.
payments. Oh!
Thank God. Okay, we're good now. We're good now. We're good now. That was really bothering me.
I'm just goofing. New boot, goofing. Just goofing.
Much, much better. Thank God. Okay, Mitch, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Oh, we have a donation. Let me see.
Whoa!
Thank you, Semper.
Good day.
You left-handed weirdo.
Good morning to my favorite Pakistani. I got here late. Do you know that there is a shadow in the top left corner of the stream?
Fucking stop.
I am having a hard time to watch the stream.
Well, too late. I fixed it. Anyway, look, let's move on. Let's fucking do the show, you jerks. You fucking jerks. Yeah, Hippo Juice was fun last night. It was a fun show last night. It's fun every night whenever we do it. There won't be one next week because I'll be in Vegas. Thomas, make me feel better, please.
Hi, it's me, Thomas, and also the whole month of February, the rainstorm, the whole month here, no, it didn't happen. It's kind of like January 2015, the rainstorm, the whole month, no, it didn't happen. This weather is bullshit.
Whoa, Thomas. It's okay, man.
Month, no, it didn't happen. This weather is bullshit. It is. Hopefully in March, we will get storms. March 2020 will be better. Yes, it will. And also, yes, the rest of the whole year will be better. Not like February. So, as I was saying, yes, I'm gonna walk to get a bus sticker because I hate when people open windows on buses even though it's winter.
He has really been on that lately. He has really, really been on the bus sticker stuff.
That's my pet peeve. So, I think on Saturday I'm off, the extra day.
You have to be off during the week, Thomas. I could call you.
And what else am I gonna say? Oh yeah, March 26th is my dental appointment.
Good. Got to take care of those
And I'll
teeth.
take Uber home from my dental appointment. Since I don't want to wait for the bus. And March 21st, I'm gonna put on a lighter jacket.
He's already planning the exact date that he's going to put on a lighter jacket.
When it's springtime. So comment down below if that's true. So I guess we're going. So I gotta go work. So bye.
Bye. Have fun at work today, Thomas. Like every day, we are all rooting for you, my friend. We are all rooting for you, Thomas. Yeah, he does need a haircut. He's getting a little shag it. So, I wanted to do something today special, okay? Something special. Royce Lopez, have been accused of many things. Some of them true. Being fat, I am fat. Being loud, I could be loud. But the one thing that holds truest the most about me, and I think, and I'm going to get a zit too. Fucking great. The one thing that holds the truest about me is that I am a Satanist. Everybody knows that about me. That's all I talk about. So what I figured we'd do today is we have to know our enemy, right? And of course, our enemy is law enforcement. They come after us all the time. They won't let us be. You know, I figured what I'd do is I would play a guide, a law enforcement guide to satanic cults. And we're going to watch this. We're going to watch this. And we are going to see if we qualify, our group, our little Daywave group, if we qualify as a satanic cult. So let's check it out. And I want you guys to watch along with me. Let me know what you think. Let's see. I already love the music. It's amazing. You're not supposed to copy this, by the way, but a Satanist wouldn't care. A Satanist would copy this anyway.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised.
I need that before every Daywave. All right, is everybody watching? We have to see if they're, number one, if they're on to us, and number two, if this will let us know if we're a cult. So let's check it out.
I'm Gordon Coulter. For many years, I served as a law enforcement officer.
He's a cop and a pastor. I remember these kind of videos, too. I went to Christian school like my entire life, right? I've told this before, so I know I repeat myself with that. But just as I went to, since I was 5 years old up until 10th grade, I went to Christian school. Different ones, not like, different Christian schools. And I do remember, I don't remember this specific video, but I do remember videos like this. I do remember videos like this. Like, in regular school on movie days, they would put on sort of an educational film, but it was also just a fun film, For me, it was this. It was these kind of movies on movie days. So movie days weren't particularly fun for me. There was this movie. There was the Left Behind movie, the Kirk Cameron Left Behind movie. No, I only went to Catholic school 1 year. That was 9th grade. Every year before that, I went to Baptist school. Not Southern Baptist, but like regular Baptist, which there is a difference. But anyway. These are the kind of videos that they made us watch. It was just the worst.
Today it's my privilege to host this program on a little-known area in law enforcement, but important to every small community and every large city across our vast country. It's the area of satanic cults and how they impact our families, our children, and our communities. In satanic occultism, that which is good is bad, and that which is bad is good.
Oh boy, guys. Well, we already have that.
And as you view this learning and educational tape, pay attention to notice the reverse of everything that is normal becoming abnormal.
So Satanism is just like the reverse of Christianity, like the opposite of it? All right. Hey, guys, somebody take notes for me.
There are many crimes that are unsolved in our cities, and many of those crimes have ritualistic overtones, but they're hard to find, and it's difficult to find the depth of where these things go and who may have done them.
Oh boy.
And so today we hope to be able to shed some light on a dark, dark area, an area that has been taboo for so many years, that is also protected by the United States Constitution and the freedom of religion. That's why it's very difficult for us as law enforcement officers to really investigate.
What a shame. Sorry, former cop / pastor. What a shame that there's fucking freedom of religion. Jesus Christ. This is the kind of brainwashing, though. This exact kind of brainwashing. Like, what a shame that they have freedom of religion. It makes it really hard for us. It makes it really, really hard for us. It's so difficult for us. It makes it so difficult for us. I feel really bad for you, bud.
But the question really is, where do the freedoms end and our responsibilities begin for our communities?
Satanic cults and their various offshoots exist throughout the world. However, a difficulty immediately arises with the word cult. Many cults fall under the protection of the United States Constitution, the freedom of religion. When we talk of cults and Satanism from a law enforcement perspective, we have to tread lightly. That is one of the reasons it is so difficult to investigate satanic cult activities. We know what the satanic cult professes to believe. We know what their potential for violence might be if they choose to be true to their belief. We even...
Fuck the Constitution, though. We should be able to investigate anybody we want that we don't like. Jesus Christ.
have evidence, here and there, that leads us to believe that some sort of rituals are taking place. However, unless we catch them actually breaking the law, or find evidence that leads directly to participants in some illegal activity, we have no case. The problem involved with the cult explosion is becoming a many-faceted puzzle confronting law enforcement today.
This was during Satanic Panic, by the way, during the 90s.
Not only is it difficult for us to understand the secret practices of satanic worship, but there are deeper reasons that go beyond mere lust for power and the unlimited drugs and deviant sexual behavior that go with it. Unfortunately,
I don't think you need to be a Satanist to have sex, like be a degenerate with sex. I mean, I'm not saying that it doesn't, you can't also be a Satanist and be a degenerate, but I mean, you could just be a normal guy and be a whore.
the police investigator attempts to analyze these types of crimes with his routine of criminal investigation. In the cases of satanic practices involving deviant sexual behavior, the investigator forgets the offense was committed by an abnormal person influenced by many strange and complex motivations.
I'm with you, man.
Therefore, law enforcement's analysis of the crime and the criminal must be guided by the principles of abnormal sexology.
Well, that's going to be a new username soon, abnormal sexology.
It is imperative that these cases be solved.
Why?
They are vicious, revolting, and create fear in any community. Men are apprehensive for the safety of their wives, mothers, and daughters, women for their children and themselves. It is only through proper training that the police officer can hope to gain the ability to understand and recognize which are regular offenses and those that belong to cult behaviors.
This is amazing. They made an hour and 13-minute movie about this. This is fucking amazing.
This is a law enforcement problem. Therefore, all law enforcement officers should be familiar with the different types of degeneracy, so they'll be able to associate the type of criminal with the offense committed, and to properly charge and prosecute the criminal in an intelligent manner.
Okay. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into the nitty-gritty here, guys. That whimsical music with a fucking pentagram is hilarious.
There are three general areas and levels of involvement in Satan.
Well, first off, you're in San Francisco, so you did a terrible job. That entire city's fucking trash now. So, great job, Officer Pastor. You completely ruined that city.
Satanic occult worship. The first would be dabblers. They're
Grabbler? Guys, the Grabbler. No, they're dabblers, Owen. Calm down.
people who just use it for fun and games, may be involved in some video games and that kind of level, possibly a little graffiti.
Look, you little bit of graffiti, you play video games, you host a morning podcast, you're probably a Satanist. You might be a Satanist. Do you play GTA Online and sometimes just run over people for fun? You might be a Satanist. Have you ever tagged something in school or in a men's bathroom at a bar? You might be a Satanist.
But reasonably innocent. The second level would be those that are involved
Oh, abnormal sexology's in the chat, finally. It took long enough.
for spiritual reasons, and they recognize that there's power in the worship of Satan. These people generally worship together and try to find the mystery of it all. And then the third level would...
So that's spiritual involvement. Like they want to know if Satan could give them powers. Like magical powers? I don't really know how this works. I'm not a great Satanist, guys. I'm not going to lie.
Be criminal involvement, and that's the area that interests us. These people actually believe that they gain power through criminal activity, through killing people, through various rituals that are against...
Wow. I mean, there's a big jump between 1 and 3. So yeah, number 2 is like Styx level. Yeah, probably. Number 2 is like Styx level.
the law in our states and in our country.
Fucking music. Satanism is, but that's the other thing. If you know anyone that's a fucking Satanist, by the way, it's not cool. Like, it's not that cool. It isn't all this like sex and magic and stuff. It's usually somebody who doesn't like their parents, that wears all black and used to write 666 on its trapper keeper. Satanists are actually fucking lame AF. Like, they really are. They're fucking lame ass people. They really are just fucking nerds. Satanists, you're all fucking nerds, you fucking nerds.
Eric Pryor is a former satanic high priest turned Christian who now spends his time educating people about the dark
That's the other thing. How can people say I'm a Satanist? Most Satanists are malnourished. I'm too fat to be a Satanist.
side of satanic cults.
Oh, fuck, man.
When I was practicing occultist,
Nice mullet, bro. You're still a loser. Like, I mean, Satanism, I'm sure, didn't help you being cool, but the fucking mullet is probably your biggest issue.
oftentimes I would come into this park and practice on various different holidays, lunar holidays and
Eric Fernandez, leave some pussy for the rest of us, bro.
occultic holidays, and we'd actually have rituals in the park when we didn't have a space to do rituals indoor.
Satanist in the park. I think it was the 4th of July.
So what I'd like to do is take you into the park and just kind of show you one of the places that you would start asking your questions and start looking to see, what the occultists are up to. There's two different communities that use this park. One is the pagan or occultic community, and the other community is, of course, the homosexual community.
Of course, the homosexual community.
Interestingly enough, they go hand in hand.
Well, yeah, because they're gay, so of course they're going to hold hands.
And so, well, see, here you go. Upon entering the park, I mean, you can see they've already got started.
You did that. You did that for this movie. You did that. There's no fucking way that was already there. You specifically did that for this movie, and you fucking know it. What are you doing there, Pastor?
Okay. This is a pentacle. The interesting thing about this pentacle is it's an upright pentacle. This is not a satanic pentacle.
This is not. Everybody knows this is not a satanic, but this is like the anarchy sign.
Now, the reason why this pentacle would not be considered satanic is because it has one point up. Now, Satanists would reverse this star, or pentacle as it's called, and have 2 points up.
I didn't know that. I was not aware. There's a lot of rules in being a Satanist. Again, another reason why I'm not a Satanist is it seems like a lot of work.
Those represent the horns of Baphomet.
Okay.
And or the horns of Satan. But now, right over here, I can see on a tree here, there's a
His hands are covered in spray paint.
Inverted cross. Now, this is satanic.
It is.
This is a very generic symbol.
Well, it could also be a sword. What if it's a sword? And it isn't even... guys, look, it's the thing. Everybody knew some kids like this, right? Everybody knew kids like this in high school. It's just this edgy boy. Like the goth... You know what this is? The fucking goth kids from South Park. It's just this edgy to be edgy... this guy's dead. He was hit by a truck 11 years ago. I didn't even know he was sick.
Let me see. It's well, it's actually fairly fresh too.
Because you did it. Of course it's fresh.
This here, of course, is a bastardization of Christianity, and it's a very common symbol. Obviously, they probably had a party or a ritual here within the past night.
Oh my God. Fucking a ritual. It's just edgy people. Fuck God, man. I know people like this. It's just this fucking edgelord drinking wine coolers at nighttime and skipping out on your curfew.
Or two. Usually what they'll do is they'll mark. It's almost like a path.
You're a mark.
They'll mark a path to kind of show you where the action's at.
Thank God.
The colors they'll use will be white,
Okay.
red, and black. Those are
Oh, no. Sometimes I use those colors.
the dominant colors of the satanic movement. And basically, well, okay, over here, see? Here you go. This, well, see, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, what you're looking at here is called Voodoo Vivi. This is kind of like a coat of arms, if you will, for the demonic. And the implications of this is definitely satanic. When I showed you earlier the one pointed up star as we first came in, and I told you that, you know, the implications of Satanism are 2 points up. As you can see, there are 2 points up here, and someone has made it very clear.
I don't think this is how you play hopscotch, guys. I don't think that he's doing it right.
They were probably worshiping Set, because it says Set here, so it's pretty obvious.
Wow, fucking great detective work, mullet man.
Now, this here, if I'm not mistaken, looks like a money Vivi. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were here in the park doing a money ritual. And
So Jews? Oh my God, a Jew Satanist?
this is very typical. This is the kind of thing that you can expect to see not only on crime scenes, but in areas where occultists hang out. Like gang graffiti, occultists kind of communicate to each other.
Now, okay, great screenshot. I'm trying to remember this here because there was a satanic panic in the 90s. I remember it. It was crazy. It was this huge thing. Was there gangs of roving Satanists in the 90s that were killing people? Like, was it a huge thing? Because I don't remember it being. I remember the panic, but I don't remember it being huge. Kids trolling adults. Yeah, it's a lot of this is too. A lot of people just trolling people and fucking with people, which was part of this too. I don't remember gangs of roving Satanists. You know, like I really don't. It was basically looked like a rave in a Blade movie.
Through their graffiti. On the rise there up here is a very flat area, concrete area, that is used often. I even frequented it for ritual
Remember, this guy was a former Satanist, if I remember correctly, what they just said, right? He's a former Satanist?
practice. Well, there you go. You can see from here 666 and an eye. Now that eye above 666 is an Egyptian eye. The Eye of Anubis. So I can tell by looking at this.
But isn't the Eye of Anubis, isn't that more of an Illuminati thing? Or Illuminati people also Satanists? I can't keep up.
Eye that these people that were up here were into ceremonial magic. These aren't witches. These are definitely Satanists. You look at these
And you're right, it's Anubis.
dumpsters. See, this is how they talk to each other. Now, what you see here, this is gang graffiti, okay?
What about the mushroom? Is the mushroom a gang graffiti? What about the poorly drawn swastika? Is that gang graffiti?
And this is how gangs talk to each other,
Okay.
okay? But now this is how occultists talk to each other. This here is a psilocybin mushroom. So probably they had a psilocybin ritual.
Wait a second. Hold on. I'm sorry. First off, it's like mellow mushroom pizza. That is a Satanist. A mushroom is Mario satanic? I look again. Is Alice in Wonderland satanic? Is psilocybin satanic? Honestly, because maybe I am a Satanist because I've enjoyed mushrooms before. I like them. It's actually helped my depression. Are they satanic? Joe Rogan's a say. I'm gonna say Joe Rogan's a head Satanist. He's done more fucking shrooms than anybody.
Which is not uncommon. Occultists are known for using peyote and psilocybin.
So, like, everybody that went to, like, a music festival is satanic?
And so this was probably a psilocybin ritual. Okay, here you go. Shem Hemfarash.
Oh, fuck. Now I have to change my password. God damn it. God damn it.
Is a satanic invocation, and Halley is also part of a satanic invocation. There is a book out called The Greater Key of Solomon. And in the Greater Key of Solomon, you will see on the seal of Solomon this word. All right, from what I can tell, from the graffiti and everything that I've seen, and what I see here on the concrete, it looks like they actually had the ritual here. Now, there's an N here for north, and there's an S over here for south. Now, while these are not the true directions, obviously someone had a bad sense of direction.
Yeah, it's almost like they're just fucking dumb kids doing dumb kid things.
I'm assuming that this is where they actually had their ritual. One of the reasons why they would use this particular area to have a ritual is it is on concrete, and it's a nice open area. When we used to come up and have rituals, and we had a group, we would look for an open, flat space. This is an open, flat space. This would be an ideal place for them to have a ritual. Now, if I was a solo occult practitioner, I might do it in the bushes somewhere.
Oh my God. It's just kids fucking with you, and you guys are so dumb. You guys are so stupid.
And have a little altar set up. So what you're doing is when you come onto a scene and you're investigating a
like, this is the stuff, okay, whenever like something terrible happens and it's like, you know, people do horrendous things, people always need to, I think people have a hard time justifying that people are evil sometimes and people are terrible, and they have to blame it on some sort of supernatural force, right? Like Epstein thing, right? The Epstein thing's a great example. Like, that dude was a fucking terrible person. He was sex trafficking kids, having them fuck people, this and that. But like, but then of course people can't go, wow, what a fucking evil, terrible person. What a piece of shit. The guy should be killed. They always have to go, but he was also sacrificing babies and eating them. And I know even by me just saying that, I'm going to get fucking 3 emails going, oh, actually, okay, shut up. All right, please. Sometimes people are evil and people do evil things. And don't get me wrong. Satanism is cringe AF. All right, it's fucking dumb. It's just edgy boy bullshit. Everybody knows that it was just this edgy boy fucking bullshit. You know, I wear a pentagram and I fucking light black candles. But people always have to justify terrible things that humans do because some humans are just fucking shitty with being something bigger, being some sort of ritual or some sort of sacrifice or some sort of this or some sort of that. They're just... At least these people are just, I do believe that there is groups of people that control the government and control it, but I don't think it's black magic. I think it's white bankers.
You look on the ground and you'll find clues as to what happened. Right here, okay, we have a rope here. This is a noose. And actually, if you look at it closely, I don't know if the camera can pick this up, but there's blood on this noose. Now, this could have been used either to bind someone up in some type of a ritual scourging, or it could have actually been used on an animal that was sacrificed. When sacrificing a cat or a dog, of course, animals move around a lot and they get unruly, so they would tie it up, but there is blood all over.
I'm starting to believe that a lot of this stuff was just like planted there. Thank you, exactly, just planted there and stuff. I'm starting to think that unless San Francisco had a humongous Satanist population that I wasn't aware of,
this particular news. Now, these are the kind of things that you'd be looking for.
Also, with San Francisco, you might not want to touch that blood, bro.
What we have here is a medicine bottle of 2% xylocaine. For those of you with medical knowledge, you would know xylocaine, known as lidocaine, is a numbant. It's used to numb people, and for that matter, animals. And of course, if you're going to ritually...
What a fucking cornucopia this guy fucking stumbled upon. Like, he stumbled upon this entire cornucopia of Satanist and occultist stuff.
sacrifice an animal or a human, for that matter, in a public place, you don't want them to be screaming in pain.
Yeah, it's a numbant. Everyone knows that, Cody. Why are you making fun of it? It's a numbant.
So it's not uncommon for occultists to use something like this, and of course, here we have it. On this tree here, we have some more graffiti. It's in red, which is a classical satanic color.
Classic. Fucking classic. You know, Satanists really didn't come into their own until sports.
Now, what's interesting here is the number 9. 9
is upside down. It's 6, bro.
Represents the 9 satanic statements.
So, like, everything is like, so okay, I know 6 is bad, right? 9 is also bad. Nice. Nice.
You can find this in a book by Anton Sanzer LaVey, which is called the Satanic Bible, and you will see that there are 9 satanic statements. This is the way occultists tell each other, hey, we're Satanists and we're partying.
Gotta understand, guys, this is before cell phones, so this is the only way they could communicate.
The 9 satanic statements from the Satanic Bible.
How about the 14 words? Well, let's hear the statements, because this might apply to us, guys.
By Anton LaVey. Number 1, Satan represents indulgence instead of abstinence.
I don't know if that applies for me. Well, maybe food.
Number 2, Satan represents vital existence instead of spiritual pipe dreams.
Nah, I don't think that one falls under me.
Number 3, Satan represents undefiled wisdom instead of hypocritical self-deceit.
Is that really a Satanist thing? Wanting to know things and not being a hypocrite? How many of you does this fall under? Because I'm curious to see how many Satanists listen to the show.
Number 4, Satan represents kindness to those who deserve it instead of love wasted on ingrates.
You should watch the old Christian show Fire by Night, Satanism Unmasked. It's great. I'll check it out.
Number 5, Satan represents vengeance instead of turning the other cheek.
Okay, I could see why that would be Satanist. I get that one.
Number 6, Satan represents responsibility to the responsible instead of concern for psychic vampires.
What are psychic vampires? I don't know. Like, what's a psychic vampire? I know what a regular vampire is. And I know what a psychic is. But what's a psychic vampire? I have to look this up. Hold on. All right. See, psychic vampire is a fictional and religious creature said to feed off the life force of other creatures. The term can also be used to describe a person who gets increased energy around other people, but leaves those other people exhausted or drained of energy. Psychic vampires are represented in occult beliefs or so like when you're talking to a white girl for too long and you're just exhausted trying to explain things to her. Okay, well, I kind of know what a psychic vampire is. It's the fancy name for people that annoy you. And not that other word.
Number 7, Satan represents man as just another animal, sometimes better, more often worse than those that walk on all fours.
Yeah, but this, again, I mean, Satanism, but that also kind of reminds me of atheists too, doesn't it? Isn't that the kind of same thing atheists think? Like, we're all animals, man. We're not better than we're better than animals. Shut the fuck up. All right? I don't want to hear that anymore. I hate that argument. We're just animals, man. If humans went away, the world would flourish. That's great, but I don't want humans to go away. Some, maybe, but not all. So shut the fuck up.
Who, because of his divine spiritual and intellectual development, has become the most vicious animal of all.
Yeah, man, humans are the real bad guys, man.
Number 8. Satan represents all of the so-called sins, as they all lead to physical, mental, or emotional gratification. And number 9. Satan has been the best friend the church has ever had, as he has kept it in business all these years.
I don't know, man. I think you're really underselling Catholic guilt. At least the Catholic Church. Catholic guilt is a big part of it. This fucking picture of a park that you took out of a kid's book. I mean, we get it. You're probably happy that it took you forever to make this in fucking MS Paint, but enough with this.
This is the symbol for the Church of Satan, and this is kind of like their crest, their coat of arms, if you will.
You already said that.
This would imply that these people either have affiliations with the Church of Satan or perceive themselves to have affiliations with the Church of Satan. Everything that we've seen here indicates Satanism.
Okay, I'm skipping ahead a little bit because I can't watch this guy keep doing graffiti stuff. It's kind of boring. Let's see. Oh, tools of Satanism. Now we're talking.
Of animal parts. Illegal entry into mortuaries and cemeteries.
Ooh.
Necrophilia, or having sex with dead people.
Well, wait a second. Let's hear him out on this one.
These things may or may not be satanic kinds of rituals, but they're important to note in your reporting because they would fit together in a fabric as follow-up investigations.
So this is really for the law enforcement, isn't it?
Might indicate a deeper need to look into the dark side of your community. So note them well and ask the investigators to do a little further follow-up if you find any of these indicated in a crime or in a police report.
I love this transition music. It's so good.
There is a difference between Satanism, voodoo, and witchcraft. And what I'd like to do is...
Well, yeah, okay. Satanism is edgy white boys. Voodooism is black people and Hispanic people like voodoo stuff. And witchcraft is fat white chicks. Fat white chicks do that. I think that's the only difference. Besides that, they're all cringe as fuck.
Is show you different altar setups so you can familiarize yourself.
I know that you're like trying to help people to spot Satanism, but this kind of just seems like a how-to become a Satanist video, doesn't it?
With how these people operate and their various different paraphernalia. These particular groups that I'm going to show you the different altar setups of are the type of groups that would most probably be involved in criminal activity. While you wouldn't find all this stuff at a crime scene, you will find evidence that they have been at a crime scene. For instance, you might find something like this pin here.
I'm skipping ahead. I'm skipping ahead. All right, let's check out the Antichrist.
Satan, who will return and be present to receive his powers and challenge Jesus Christ during his second coming. The Baphomet, described as a deity in the form of a goat-headed god with the wings of angels, the breasts of a female,
nice,
and carrying a torch between his horns.
Okay. That's classic Satanism, though. I'm aware of the goat stuff. Satanists really like goats.
Black magic. Magic that is used for destruction and hate.
I thought that's when you do a magic trick in front of black people and they freak out. But I guess it's different for everybody.
Black Mass, the most diabolical ritual that can be performed by a Satanist. It entails a blasphemous communion with Satan, desecration of artifacts of Christianity, a mockery of the Holy Bible, and all things that Christians religiously cherish.
So like the Democratic Party, the DNC debate, kind of sounds like that.
The ceremonies involve rape and sexual assault, sodomy, animal and human sacrifices.
Oh yeah, definitely the DNC then. Then absolutely.
And often the slaughter of unbaptized infants.
Get them in there. Get all the unbaptized. That's the thing I don't understand. Like, why are they so pro-abortion? That's your market. Unbaptized infants, your market. Why are you killing them in the womb? Then you can't use them for the Black Mass. Satanists are all messed up, guys.
Blood, the life force. Satanists believe that the drinking of another person's blood or that of an animal increases their power and provides life force directly to Satan.
So Klingons are Satanist. Got it.
The circle. The circle is the Satanists' protection from the forces they conjure up during their summoning and incantations. Coven. A group of non-traditional Satanists, not normally exceeding 13. Traditional Satanists do not have coven.
Well, hold on. So there's like traditional Catholic. It's like, so there's traditional Satanists and untraditional Satanists. Dude, there's a lot of moving parts in Satanism. And honestly, considering it's like 45 people that are actually real Satanists, this is really rough. Seriously, how many Satanists do you think there are in America? I'm really curious. If we had to guess. You're right, 13% to 50% of all the voodoo.
Cult. A group of people who follow a leader who, through his charismatic ways, command allegiance, belief, and worship.
Guys! Drink turpentine! It's good for you! Burn your children's books because they have dinosaurs in them! Guys! Sorry.
Infamous leaders include Hitler, Crowley, Jim Jones, and David Koresh.
Huh? How many of you are guilty now? Calling me a Satanist? How many of you have at least one, if not two people on this list have looked up to? Come on. Who's guilty? Who's guilty? Be honest. Which one? Come on. I know there's at least one name on that list that some of you don't seem to hate that much. I'm just saying. Guys, Nick Fuentes is a Satanist. Sorry. I know none of those people were. Of course not.
Devil. One such name of Satan, Lucifer, Leviathan, Prince of Darkness.
It's not a lot of names.
Goat's head, the symbolic identification of Satan in the world.
I mean, goats get a bad rap. As Cake said, sheep go to heaven, goats go to hell.
Grottos, countless Satanists in one order or organization. Hand of glory, the left hand of a person who has died.
Ha! Told you left-handed people were evil.
The hand is removed from the body, pickled, embalmed, and mummified. It is then used to ward off evil spirits.
See, you left-handers? You fucking evil left-handers?
The head.
Nice.
Satanists believe that the head is the most important part of the body.
Hey! You know what? Most people believe that the head is the most important part of the body. I don't think that this trait is specifically for Satanists. I don't know if you guys know this, but for every religion, the head is the most important part of the body. It's where your brain is. Come on. You're running out of stuff for your list.
They often eat the brain to receive powers of the deceased person.
Well, so Satanists are zombies.
The heart. Satanists believe it to be the center of life. By eating the heart, they believe that assumption of the deceased's characteristics and powers will be thus transferred. Host. Normally using blessed communion wafers, symbolic of the body of Christ, Satanists insert them into the vagina of the altar, or physically stomp, thus desecrating Christian belief.
They do what now? With what? They do what with communion wafers? What the fuck, man? Oh,
Lucifer.
fuck.
When cast out of heaven, he was followed by 1/3 of all the angels.
Oh, man, he had a good following. He had a big following, that Lucifer guy.
Pagans. Those who practice
Dave Martell's entered the chat.
witchcraft, the worship of nature, as well as multiple gods.
Huh? You think pagans are cool now?
Satan, an angel created by God, cast out of heaven, and now the object of worship by Satanists throughout the world.
Well, I know. I think, that's not like day one Satanist stuff.
Succubus, a female demonic force that copulates with human males.
So women.
Incubus,
A band from the early 2000s that would sing about aliens and stuff.
male demonic force that copulates with human females. And witchcraft, the practice of the old religion which focuses on the goddess in her many forms.
Finding my Republican goddess. Should you be
Perhaps
filming
one
kids?
of the most despicable crimes in general,
Should you be
and in
filming
particular
kids?
among Satanists, is that involving a child. In every state in the nation, there are reports and investigations of satanic crime and satanic ritual abuse. More than 2 million American children each year are reported missing.
They are. And more now, probably. There's more kids now, obviously. And it's fucking horrendous and it's terrible, but how many of those are Satanist?
Many of them too young to
Mostly in DC pizza shops. Yeah, exactly.
be runaways.
You're right. This is very happy music for child sacrifice, guys.
In addition, more than 5,000 unidentifiable bodies of children are found annually in the United States.
Physical abuse was a part of keeping me silent. My fingers were burned on a stove. I was
Did they give you that terrible haircut?
forced to watch pets killed and put in an oven, and I was told that if I talked, the same thing would happen to me. They would dismember.
This is a real horrendous thing that happened to her. Why? Look at the witch on the right. You couldn't find a better artist for this?
Bodies and then hang me upside down over a vat. I think it was acid, I'm not sure, but there were body parts, and they told me they would lower me into the acid if I ever talked about this.
Who drew these pictures? A child. Tell me it was a child.
And one memory I had, in order to get the blood, they used me as the person to get the blood from. It was basically the lamb, the child of God. And they would put pins and needles in between my fingers, and I would be bled so that they could have communion. Another way to keep me silent was to use a gun. Pornography, child prostitution brings in big money, and I was not to talk about that either, and I was threatened to be killed
So you outed all these people and they're in jail, right? I'm assuming.
if I talked, as well as burned. They use cigarettes and other forms of burning to keep me silent. And I had a pet bird that they killed in front of me. And then I was put in a cage. And so as a young child, I made the association that if I were in a cage, then I must be like the bird. And if they can kill the bird, they can easily kill me too. Remembering comes out in poetry as well. And my pet bird was killed in front of me. And I was also forced to participate in the murder of babies.
Look, I am not. Look, a couple things here. If this happened to her, this is horrendous. Obviously, this is terrible. But there seems to be a lot of stuff going on here. And I kind of feel if there was a group of people that was just murdering babies, like not a baby, but like a lot of babies, and doing this. Does anyone have the news story about? Because I kind of feel there'd be a news story about this, right? Seriously. What happened to the people that did this? Because this should be a bigger story than the Aaron Hernandez stuff, than anything that's ever happened. Is there an article about this? I'd love to read it.
And so
You guys are not going to like what I'm about to do. But I have to do it because I was starting to believe this, but now she's talking about her poetry and all this. So did this happen? Did this happen? Riker, take it away.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up. Pure fiction. It's fiction. It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up. It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication. It never happened. It never happened. This one was invented by a writer. Not this time. It never happened. It's false. It never happened. It's a fake. It's fiction. It's an urban legend that never happened. No way. We got you. Not a chance. Not this time. It never happened. It never happened. We made this one up. It's fiction. We made up this one. We made it up. Not this time. Wrong. Not this time. Not this time. You're wrong. Not this time. It never happened.
I'm just saying that I kind of feel like if this happened, this would be a humongous story. We're not, look, there's some of the stuff at the beginning, I believe, I'm not even saying she wasn't abused. Maybe she was, and that's horrendous. But now we're getting into she was in a cage, and they were killing babies in front of her. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let me play some donations.
Whoa! Look at that.
Royce, my neighbor hoists a white flag with a blue hexagram. Is he a Satanist? He periodically has religious ceremonies where a guy with a funny hat with a switchblade leaves the place with blood on his mouth. Should I report the FBI, CIA, and JIDF?
As many as you can. I would as many as you can. Thank you, 12 pack. Just gave $5. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I think I got another one. I think I got a couple more coming in.
Whoa! Look at that.
Thanks for the show, sir. People are crazy out there.
I agree 100% with you. Ones and zeros.
Whoa! Look at that.
Good morning, Royce. If you want to goof on a cringe pagan type 1, recommend EA coding.
Oh, I will absolutely check it out.
Bad. Child feels deserving of punishment. Child is fearful, clingy, regresses to baby behavior.
But this, again, a lot of the stuff you're talking about, which is true and it's terrible and people fuck with kids and it's really, really bad, sounds more like child abuse than it does Satanism, right?
They focus on destruction and on doom. They have many highs and many lows in their self-esteem. They have drastic changes in behavior like eating habits, cleanliness, punctuality, and attitude towards family and friends.
Most of the people we deal with, the young adults that we deal with, have other problems that are synonymous with even sometimes gang activity. They're looking for...
That is a hell of a collar on there, sir. Look at the collar on this guy.
things that they may not have at home. They're looking for self-esteem. They're looking for something that they can belong to. And a lot of times these kids start out innocently enough trying to get into something that they feel that they're wanted, and people will form them and make their opinions to the point where they're really involved in satanic activity. Anytime you do have a situation where you find a ritual site or you find graffiti that shows some kind of satanic situation, then you need to look at it and investigate it. And I think the big thing...
I can't even get police to investigate when somebody stole my car. But you're going to investigate graffiti by fucking... And that's the other thing, too. I don't think that these fucking edgy fucking these fucking edgy fucking teenage Satanists are the ones that were sacrificing babies. Like, you know what I mean? In the same way that not every single priest in the Catholic Church has molested kids. Yes, some priests in the Catholic Church have molested kids, but not every priest in the Catholic Church has molested children. It's this overreaching arc that they're trying to do. You notice what they're doing here? It's this overreaching arc. You're trying to connect horrendous things that happen with just edgy teenagers. And you know what? A lot of these fucking edgy boy teenagers that do this shit, they grow out of it, and they just become normal people with mustaches and big collars.
Thing is, if you keep your mind open, parents need to keep an open mind. A lot of times, parents and people in general will close their eyes to things that they don't want to hear. If you keep an open mind and try to know your kids and learn what your kids are all about, I think that'll be a big step into understanding what's going on, and then being able to identify any problems that may arise or situations that you might see that you might need to look for help and not keep a closed mind. Believe me, I've been in this business for 10 years, and...
What business? The Satanist business?
You're always amazed at what kids will do and the different fads that come up. And sometimes it may be totally innocent. It may not be occult activity. It may not be satanic activity. But hopefully, if you have the open mind, you'll be able to notice that. When we get involved in some of these training groups, we try to talk to PTAs and school administrators and things like that, not only just in occult activity, but just keeping an open mind on what teenagers are all about nowadays. And
they don't do this anymore, though. Like, they don't. Like, I don't mean, maybe I'm wrong, but is there this, as once the satanic panic ended, they don't really do this stuff anymore. Right? Am I wrong? Like, they don't really do this stuff anymore. Oh, let's see this black guy.
Party. And one of the fellows kept saying, they're going to sacrifice him, they're going to sacrifice him. Well, what he was talking about was they had gotten a second victim and intended to sacrifice him. They had him captured for several days and had drugged him, and he had been drugged, and a lot of had been continual sexual activity.
Sounds like a gay club to me.
Male on male sexual activity with him as he was chained nude in the bedroom and then sometime he'd be chained to the fireplace in the living room.
Adam, I don't know if you came in late, but the beginning, because he goes, now Satanism is a protected religious group like the rest. At the beginning of this video, the guy said that Satanism is protected under the freedom of religion. So it was already protected. It's not that it wasn't. I think this video was them referring to the occult specifically.
Get that drunk or get that loaded to make, so the things started to fall into place. Everything started to make sense. And I can tell you that our investigation of that case led us into the very highest echelons of our society, professional people, successful business people who were associates, and one of whom we know is a unindicted co-conspirator.
Okay, I think we have a how-to here.
It.
In investigating homicides, there are some
Nice
very
shirt.
obvious ritualistic markings that will appear on a body that is the result of satanic killings. But some of the markings are a little more subtle. And so what we're going to do is give you an illustration.
Yeah, kids aren't, except for edgy white boys, they really ain't no fucking Satanist kids anymore. You're right. They're all fucking doing Molly and having threesomes. Like, that's what it is.
Of this on our model, and also retrace some of the markings that were in the St. Joseph's case. You'll note on our model,
this guy just, okay, look, you're investigating Satanist. I get that. But this guy just wanted to have a girl lay down in a bikini so he could examine her. I'm very sorry, but is this gentleman a Satanist? Because I need to know if this guy, see what I mean? What is this guy doing? Is this guy a Satanist? Is this guy now also a Satanist? Come on, man.
that there's oftentimes a cut that goes from behind the ear all the way down to the throat.
This guy just wanted to touch this young girl. Investigate this guy. Is someone investigating this guy? This guy just wanted to fucking touch this young girl. Are you kidding me? We went through the fucking hour of this video for the end of it to be him feeling up some chick?
You'll also notice that on the carotid, this right here would be cut where the blood would have been drained. And oftentimes there's wax laid on it to cover it up afterwards, after the body has deceased. They will also put wax over the eyelids after they're deceased.
He's just feeling her up. Yeah, Thomas Murphy's going to relapse.
Those would be some of the head markings that would indicate a ritualistic killing. Another area that's obvious in these kinds of ritualistic carvings.
If he touches her boobie, I'm out. If he touches her boobie, this has all been a ploy for this guy to have a girl in a bikini.
Carvings would be the pentagram or the inverted pentagram on the right and the left side of the upper chest. This oftentimes is the signature of the high priest. Another area that you might find satanic ritual carving is in the stomach area. And as was true in the St. Joseph's.
Who do you think drew those on her? Do you think it was him? Because now I'm curious. Who do you think drew this on her?
Case, the pentagram or the inverted pentagram was carved right here in his abdomen area. And you'll note again the points representing again the goat's head. Another area we'll want to note.
Oh boy, he's taking the blanket all the way off. Can someone check on this woman, please?
Is the foot area. And right here behind the ankle bone, there is oftentimes an incision, just as our markings would indicate. And beyond that, on the bottom of the foot.
All right, guys, this is for you feet people. Enjoy.
They will sometimes cut the flesh.
Exactly. This whole video is an excuse for him to feel up an 18-year-old girl in a bikini.
And peel it back. And so you'll also note that. Another thing that is oftentimes done in ritualistic homicides is a penis is placed inside the mouth of the deceased person. Now, as you look at the body of a person such as this, please note each and every one of these markings. You might just see one of the markings. It could be just the carotid, or it might be just the marks behind the ankle, or as obvious as the pentagram. But whatever it is, if you look just a little bit deeper, ask a few more questions, and note to the investigators more information, it could lead to the solution of other crimes that have been just
another booby shot
passively
booby
sitting
shot.
on the desk without any clues. Maybe you think your community is immune to these satanic crimes. Well, it's not. The next victim might show up tomorrow on the beat. It could be in your community, or it could be in a major city or a small rural area. Could be a member of your family. Could be someone you know. I challenge you to investigate each crime just a little bit deeper. Let's stop this heinous crime.
Heinous.
That's going on in the name of the devil. Let's stop it before it takes another victim. Let's stop the Richard Ramirez's and the Clifford St. Joe.
I feel like I'm writing, and this is just for people that have been to Epcot, but I feel like I'm writing Living with the Land. This music sounds like the Living with the Land music. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. This sounds like the Living with the Land music in Epcot. This is what it sounds like when you're riding the Living with the Land. So, Disney, Satanism, confirmed? Let's play some donations.
Whoa! Look at that.
Check out stuff on the Finders. The channel we've read the documents covers it really well.
Okay.
Pretty fucked up info released by the FBI itself.
Oh, yeah,
it's very similar to this stuff.
We've covered the Finder stuff.
Whoa! Look at that.
Good morning, Royce. You know what it is.
Oh, what is it? What is it? Oh, come on! Stop with the hamburger stuff! God damn it!
Whoa! Look at that.
Animal Mother? What did you play, Animal Mother? Baby, it's 3 a.m. I must be lonely. No, she says, baby, I can help with carrying on sometime. When the rain's gonna wash away, I believe it.
Whoa!
Thank you,
Look at
Semper.
that.
In the mouth. For a brief second I forgot the shadow that you made worse.
You leave the shadow alone. You leave the shadow alone. I'm doing a satanic rituals you can hear by the music. Now, if you guys ever go to Epcot and you ride Living with the Land, you will think of Satanism because of me. I hope you're happy, guys. I hope you're happy. So, now that we've watched the video, are we Satanist? Maybe? Yes or no? What do you think? Think about it. If people believe all sorts of weird religions, why not this stuff? I'm not saying Satanism isn't real. Of course it's real. Of course it is. I don't know how old you are, Billy Blogs, but I'm talking about satanic panic, which was everything was blamed on it. Every bad thing that happened when I was a kid was blamed on it. Look, I mean, I went to Christian school, all right? So let's start with that. So maybe I saw more of these scare tactic things than you guys did. But it was a big part of my childhood was a lot of everything was Satanism. Every bad thing that happened was that. So I don't know. I think Satanism's cringe as fuck, to be honest with you. I think any of this fucking edgelord atheism is fucking cringe as fuck. It's all cringe. All of it is cringe. Really. I think faith healers are fucking cringe too. Every side has fucking terrible cringy things. We never dealt with this in public school. Yeah, maybe I did. I mean, in Christian school my whole life. You got to understand that. This was a big part of life, you know? But now that we've gone through the video, I would say I don't really think I qualify to be a Satanist. A couple of reasons. It's cringe and gay. Number 2, a lot of moving parts. Seems like a lot of work. Number 3, I don't look great in pentagrams and stuff. I don't think so. 4, kind of too fat to be a Satanist. A lot of these Satanists are really skinny, like very malnourished. The sticks types. I would say that some of the stuff is true, but here's the thing: like the Satanistic rituals are fucking terrible. The Finder stuff, I know that stuff is really FBI released. Trust me, I get it, but I also think that those people are murderers anyway and would have been terrible murderers anyway. I don't really think it was the ideology, more as people doing terrible things. The FBI Finders document they put in 2 pages about some elementary school from the 70s or 80s where the kids were saying that they were being molested and had to kill animals and do rituals. Yeah, I saw that. Trust me, I saw that. Rural Jefferson, whatever you think about the ridiculousness of religion, the ones that crop up because of some weirdo wrote a sci-fi novel or spell book have to be the cringiest, gayest. So they are. I would say that Royce came back from Cuba and they don't know who you are. Well, yeah. Well, why would they know? Then you said it was a nothing burger, but no, it wasn't a nothing burger. We covered the Finders things. But I would say this. I've talked about it on this show, and I've talked about it on ROTC a bit too. When I was like my 20s, I was an atheist, like edgelord atheist. Yeah, man, you know, God's all that stuff, and it's cringe. And I obviously regret a lot of it. Not because you know everybody makes dumb mistakes. You know, there's people that do dumb shit, but also because I don't know, like I kind of felt like the way I was kind of mean to people and kind of disrespectful to, especially people in my family, people of religion. Getting older, I mean, a few years ago now, I honestly have become going back to kind of my roots when it comes to that stuff. Now, look, I don't know exactly what you would qualify me as or what you would call me or even what some of you call yourself. I think it's self-realization and afterlife stuff is just, it gets deep. It's a lot of deep stuff to cover on a morning show, but I do think that there's a lot of good in a lot of Christianity. I think there's a lot of good in going to church on Sunday. I think that there's a lot of good that can be learned from it. The sad part about it is, like everything is, there's a lot of bad stuff. There's faith healers. There's people that try to take advantage of you. I don't like mega churches. I'll never like mega churches. It seems like a Ponzi scheme. But I do believe that there's something important in believing in something higher than yourself and something good. So, you know, I think that if you were to tell me what in 2020, there's a lot of personal stuff. I don't know if you guys give a shit, but in 2020, what I qualify myself as, I think I'm a Christian again. I am a Christian again. I think going through all the different phases and going through everything that I did. And honestly, what happened to me was, like anything else, you know, you rebel, right? Like you rebel against it. I mean, you know, it might be embarrassing to say, or maybe it's not, but I pray every night again. I've been doing it for years, praying again and going back to what I believe. And now look, if it's not for you, it's not for you. And I understand that. And I'm not here to tell anyone what to do. I don't like to do that. I'm not the preachy kind. Pastor Roy says I'm not the preachy kind. But I guess what happened to me is I went to Christian school my whole life, and I've talked about it before, but like the Christian schools weren't based on forgiveness, and maybe I went to a bad Christian school, but weren't based on like forgiveness and, you know, being nice to other people. It was more fear-based. It was more like the satanic panic stuff. It was more like, you better not steal a pencil or you're going to go to hell, or, it was that kind of stuff. And that made me so scared that when I became an adult, I kind of turned against it. But I do think there's value. And look, I know this is a completely divisive topic. That's why I try not to bring it up too much. Because whenever you do talk about it, people get weird, because you'll either get like, oh yeah, you believe in God, you idiot, or oh, pagans are the only way, or some people go, you need to be more religious. I don't know, man. I think it's a personal thing. I think religion's a personal thing that you deal with. I think there's a lot of benefits to giving your children, if you have kids, and I hope to someday, giving your kids some sort of moral compass, and not just be like, yeah, man, do whatever you want, man. I think that's important. And I think as I've gotten older, I've realized how important it is. And I think it's important to try to be a good person. I mean, look, I understand that we always fail and we always fall short, but I don't know, man. That's my personal beliefs. I get bitter a lot about the satanic panic stuff, because I know that it had the absolute opposite effect on me, and I know it's had the absolute opposite effect on a lot of people, where you become so like, okay, so everything's bad, so everything's horrible. And, you do other things. But that's me, I mean, and again, do whatever you want. Obviously, like I've said, I ain't the person to fucking listen to about probably anything in your life, because Jesus Christ, I fucked up. We've all fucked up. But just my personal belief system and where I'm at right now, that's what I do. And that's how I think, So, yeah, I'm with you, Don Wade, and I think that's a very good. You don't have to go all Ned Flanders to be Christian. I believe that. I believe that. I believe a lot of that. So yeah, don't be a dick. Exactly. So I mean, like I said, that's me. I've talked about it before. I don't want to fucking go on another rant. I've talked about it before, man. So that's just what I believe in. Everyone has their own beliefs. Everyone has a different upbringing. I think that's difficult with religions. Like everyone's. Who you are now is really based on what you went through in life, right? So, I don't know. But I do think it's important to have a moral compass. I think for everyone's going to be different. What works for me might not work for you and for your family, but I don't know. All I could say is this. If I'm going to give one piece of advice that I think isn't bad, and people can go, I can't believe you said that, it's this. Hey, just try, Try to be good. I mean, even trying to be good, even if you try to be good, you're going to be doing better than like fucking 80% of people on this planet. So just put forth a little bit of effort. Anyway, let's play some. We'll get to the fun stuff. I didn't mean to get all fucking philosophical, but watching that video kind of dredged up a lot of old weird feelings that I had when I was in Christian school. And I'm doing my self-reflection in front of you guys. Sorry about that. Let's see these donations. Let's play them.
Whoa! Look at that.
Girls are the devil.
That is true. That is absolutely true. This whole video should have been on why girls are the devil. I agree with you 100%.
Don't you remember what your mama told you about girls?
I remember, Mama.
It's true.
I was telling us at Lawson's Creek this morning.
Really?
We looked for crawfish together. Her name's Vicky.
I don't ever want you associating with little girls.
Why not, Mama?
Because
girls are the devil. Thank you, Mommy Melf.
It's like anything. I love my country, but sometimes the people in charge are useless and hateable. Same with the church. I love my God, but sometimes the man at the Vatican is meh.
No, I know. Look, I think that this new pope has just been probably, in my opinion, in my not that there's been that many popes since I've been alive, but this new pope is just oof. He has just been such a lefty pope. The first lesson in the Bible is never trust a woman. Hey, man, you know what? That's true. That is true. Anyway, I did stick to Bill Burr landing. Exactly. Well, what do I know? I did it. There you go. Bam. But I do that. I only honestly because like I don't fucking pretend to be a fucking guide for anybody, man. I'm just doing my fucking morning show, trying to make people laugh. Same thing with ROTC, man. I'm just trying to make people laugh. That's it. That's it. And maybe some politics stuff here and there. Westboro. Yeah, Westboro is another example of just they make all of Christianity look stupid. The faith healers, the fucking private jet people, all of these kind of people. Anyway. Let's do this. We'll finish off on a high note. I never finished this Entertainment Tonight video from 95. We got like 9 minutes left in it. I want to get it out of my prep stuff, so let's do it.
While E.T.'s Bob Goen didn't give the shirt off his back, just his jacket to Planet Hollywood.
Fucking Planet. I'm already feeling better. Planet Hollywood. How many Planet Hollywoods are left? I know for a fact there's a Planet Hollywood here in Disney Springs. Is there more than one? Planet Hollywood was supposed to be the next Hard Rock Hotel, except you could it would have movie props in it.
In New York.
The coveted E.T. jacket, one size fits all if you're real big.
As if. As if.
As if.
As if.
Oh, God. Talk about another movie that ruined women. Clueless.
Whatever.
And audiences were clueless as Paramount's high school frolic Clueless romped into second place in its opening weekend at the box office. 9 Months holds at number 3, Under Siege 2 and Species in 4th and 5th places, and still orbiting high in the number 1 spot for the 4th week is Apollo 13.
Now from hot movies to what's destined to be new and hot on television.
Let's see how many of these shows we know.
We've got the official list of this fall's hits and misses, and we have 2 words for you. Tony Danza.
Sorry. We have 2 words for you. Tony Danza. I already know for a fact that this other show didn't succeed because I don't remember another Tony Danza show.
E.T.'s Jerry Grant has the story.
Hey, Melanie, don't take this the wrong way, but I think you're going to make a rotten crime reporter.
He drove a cab to stardom and cleaned up as a houseboy. Now will Tony Danza nab success as a cop in Hudson Street?
I think there's still something about him that people seem to like.
Yeah? How many? Let's see Hudson Street. Let's see how many seasons Hudson Street got. Let's see. Hudson Street show. Hudson Street is an American sitcom that aired on ABC for 1 season. The series starred an executive producer Tony Danza and Lori Loughlin. Lori Loughlin was in Hudson Street. There you go. Danza starred as Tony Cantelli, a divorced detective in Hoboken, New Jersey, who shares custody of his son Mickey with his ex-wife. In between work and raising his son, Tony also starts a romance with idealistic crime reporter Melanie, Lori Loughlin. The series received good reviews and initially placed in the top 10, partially due to its placement between Roseanne and Home Improvement. But the series was canceled after 1 season as it couldn't hold its lead-in audience. Ouch. 22 episodes.
Betsy Frank of Zenith Media says lightning will strike again for Tony. She rates the new shows every year and sees a trend in the new season.
Boy, you were completely wrong, huh?
The Frenzization of the schedule this year is happening big time.
Frank says that of more than...
Wait, some of you have actually watched Hudson Street. Was it bad?
20 new sitcoms, 2 with 20-something themes, should hit big.
Tell me what you think of these cards. I'm going to go out and grab some sex. Lunch.
Frank tells advertisers where to buy commercial time. And her top picks are 2 NBC shows, Caroline in the City starring Leah Thompson and The Single Guy.
Caroline in the City did have quite a few seasons. I remember that. See. Caroline in the City was a show that did have... It had 4 seasons. Caroline in the City had 4 seasons. But what show was The Single Guys?
Themes should hit big.
Tell me what you think of these cards. I'm going to go out and grab some sex. Lunch.
Frank tells advertisers where to buy commercial time. And her top picks are 2 NBC shows, Caroline in the City starring Leah Thompson and The Single Guy.
For what reason would anyone like her?
Jonathan likes everybody. He's famous for it.
I don't like this girl.
I didn't find.
The Single Guy had 2 seasons. Jonathan Silverman, Joey Slotnick, Ernest Borgnine, and I don't know who these other people were. The Single Guy is an American sitcom series that ran for 2 seasons on NBC from September 21st, 95 to 97. It starred Jonathan Silverman, a struggling New York writer. Oh, good. Another fucking TV show about New York Jews. We don't have enough about those. The series also starred Joey Slotnick. 2 seasons. It had 43 episodes. Perhaps aware of the impending cancellation, the series ended in the second and season finale with Jonathan Elliott married in Las Vegas, thus ending his single status. Ultimately, is one of the highest rated shows to ever get canceled. Really? Attaining 4th or 5th place on Nielsen ratings, most attributed to this fact to that it was hammocked in the coveted 8:30 p.m. slot between Friends and Seinfeld. According to Entertainment Weekly, when the show was moved to a different time slot in the position, the ratings went into the low 60s. See, they used to stick if you stick shows between Friends and fucking Seinfeld, of course it was going to do good.
Find any real dogs on the schedule. I found some disappointments, but probably not as many dogs.
Shots on Frank's list include the Home Court.
I've been caught stealing once. When out? Okay.
On NBC.
Home Court.
This isn't the return counter at Marshall Fields.
CBS's Bonnie and the funky American Gothic.
What should I wish for, Daddy?
Salvation.
What's American Gothic sounds familiar?
Andrew Clay, who hasn't made many friends in the past, is getting his own sitcom, starring with Kathy Moriarty in Bless This House. Frank says the show could be successful.
I have
Does anybody remember this?
to warn you. I can't find my pills.
I gotta warn you, that's not gonna work a third time.
Frank also sees possibilities in CBS's steamy soap opera Central Park West. If Not For You, also on CBS, and ABC's Murder One.
Was Not For You was that Hank Azaria? Did I see Hank Azaria?
His steamy soap opera Central Park West. If Not For You, also on CBS.
If Not For You. Hank Azaria. I fucking knew it. If Not For You was an American series, 1 season. It had 7 episodes, 3 of them unaired.
And ABC's Murder One, where the entire season is spent on a single criminal case. Last season, Frank chose Friends and ER as fan favorites. Now with both at the top of the ratings, she says only time will tell what the next super hit will be.
So you chose those, but the other ones that you chose for this season all bombed. You're not really great at your job. You're kind of just guessing.
I don't know when a show is just going to come along and break onto the scene and capture the country the way those 2 programs have done.
Now, once you get that big hit show, the next step would be an Emmy, right? Well, not if you're comedian Dennis Miller. Today, the
Poor Dennis Miller.
Television Academy took away Miller's nomination for hosting HBO's Dennis Miller Live. Somebody didn't read the fine print. The rules say you can't be nominated in the variety or music program category if your name is in the title.
What? What kind of fucked up rule is that? Hold on a second. What kind of fucked up rule is that? They fucked Dennis Miller. Hashtag justice for Dennis Miller. They fucked him.
Miller says, no big deal. Now Barbra Streisand can sleep better. She's also nominated in that category. Julie.
Thanks a lot, Jerry.
Next, Friends star Matt LeBlanc. He's a hunk on TV's hottest show, so why does this guy have the jitters?
Because he realized that this is a one-time thing and he'll never do anything after this, and his career is basically going to tank. And then the only other thing he's going to be known for, the only thing he'll ever be known for is a guy from Friends, and he's going to try to do the Top Gear reboot and no one's going to fucking care. But I'm just spitballing here.
Tomorrow on Entertainment Tonight,
There's absolutely nobody like her.
he's a sexy Baldwin brother. She's his real-life leading lady.
And there was something really kind of almost chemical that happened when we first met each other.
Now William Baldwin and China Phillips are about to tie
William Baldwin.
the knot, and E.T. has the exclusive.
We are full-blown making plans right now.
Baldwin and his bride, plus
It's an NYPD red hot and blue summer.
NYPD. Now that the NYPD Blue was fucking huge.
From Dennis Franz to Jimmy Smits, the cops are walking a new beat in the heat.
I enjoy sweating to death, and I enjoy forgetting my lines.
We've got the All Points Bulletin on an NYPD summer. That's tomorrow. Here are the stars celebrating birthdays this Monday, July the 24th.
Ooh, birthdays.
Actress Anna Paquin is 13.
Look at little Anna Paquin. Look at little Rogue. Look at little Anna Paquin at 13.
Actor Kadeem Hardison, 30.
Kadeem Hardison? From a different world?
Seinfeld's Michael Richards is 46.
And he'll never do anything racist ever. How can Kramer ever do anything bad? I mean, he's Kramer, guys.
Today, actor Robert Hayes is 48. And actor Chris Sarandon is 53.
Don, you're too shy.
Ooh, commercials.
Gotta open up.
Are guaranteed to go like lightning at your local Chrysler dealer.
Just skip my commercial.
Cravenet
Limité, proud Cravenet Limité. Presentation.
Stop skipping my commercial.
This is a rare Apollo and aroma.
Stop skipping my commercial.
Unexpected heroes. What would make an ordinary middle-class guy put aside his gardening to disarm a sniper?
What? What would make an ordinary middle-class guy put aside his gardening to disarm a sniper? I got it. I can somebody. I'm never gonna know. Somebody have an unexpected here. Where can I find this story? This is a great commercial because I'm sold. I don't know what.
A homemaker track down and wrestle a mugger to the ground. What would impel an ordinary worker to enter a tunnel of poisonous gas?
All these sound great. I'm in.
Across Canada, ordinary people are performing extraordinary acts.
Oh, this is Canadian? And what the fuck was this? Canadians in the chat. What was the fuck's this show about?
Of courage. Join host John Vernon each week for the compelling true stories of unexpected heroes. Tuesday at 7:30 on CFCF 12.
Jennifer Aniston and Matt LeBlanc from Friends were among a group of stars who turned out for the television
Hey, that's what's-her-face from Frasier.
Critics Awards this weekend, and they were still jazzed about the Emmy nominations for their show.
It's very exciting. We didn't expect it. I mean, we hope, but...
She aged the best out of all of them, right?
You know, it's just very exciting. I'm very proud of Lisa and David, and it's just going to be a fun night.
The ever-cool Matt LeBlanc said
the ever-cool Matt LeBlanc.
Excitement of the Emmy nominations has proven to be a bit unsettling for him.
I've never been a part of anything like this before.
What are you on, Matt? What are you on, Matt? You're not sober in this, Matt LeBlanc. You are not sober in this, Matt LeBlanc.
I'm nervous about going to the show. I'm going to do Jay Leno next week, and I'm nervous about that. I'm nervous about a lot of things lately.
What are you... Coke? It's Coke, right?
But it'll be all right.
The Emmy show airs September 10th on Fox.
Wow. One day before September 11th. I mean, in 1995, so it's not a big deal.
We'll take a break. Be right back.
Who says bigger isn't better? And they're hurrying to co-host bigger.
Oh, someone's a size queen.
Sale of the season.
For 52 stores to serve you best.
If it's not...
This summer,
Waterworld
takes you to
Waterworld,
unlike any you've ever seen. Waterworld starts Friday, July 28th at theaters everywhere.
Man, I remember looking forward to that movie, and I remember that movie just being a fucking hot pile of garbage. I'll probably have to do that on a Friday. We should do Waterworld on a Friday, right?
Production assistance furnished by Delta Airlines. Delta Airlines invites you to experience Disneyland's greatest ride ever, the new Indiana Jones Adventure. And the best way to start your vacation is with Delta. You'll love the way we fly. We are wrapping things up today in Columbia Falls, Montana.
None other than Mary Hart joins Jim Neighbors on stage at his out.
Finally, Mary Hart. You can't keep Mary Hart away from me. I know you're trying to hide Mary Hart, but it's not going to fucking work. Do you understand me? It's very important that Mary Hart is in every episode. I want John Tesh and I want Mary Hart. But you know, something I saw, John Tesh was on Fox the other day. He just went through cancer treatment. He's in remission now. He's been in remission for like a year at least. John Tesh went through some fucking pelvic cancer, I think. He's I'm happy he's recovering, but yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know he was sick. No, but seriously, I didn't know. So good for him. I want John Tesh to live forever. It's important to me that John Tesh lives forever. Tell me that John Tesh isn't going to die, chat, please. Chat, tell me that John Tesh is never going to die. That's all I need you to say, and then we'll move on. I need you to tell me that John Tesh is never going to die. That's all I want. That's all I want, okay? Let me check. Tesh shall never die. Thank you. That's what, John Tesh will live forever. Thank you. It's really important to me that I know these things.
Outdoor concerts. Enjoy it. See you later.
Have a good one.
It's night, it's morning. Anywhere you go, let me go.
Wow, that's fucking terrible. Sorry, but that's not great. That's not great. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hop over. We're gonna hop over here to the fucking 1 year later, 1996.
Next, the batting practice, coaches.
The sultry steam of the Deep South.
Heather be thy name.
Nice.
Sex, lies, and deceit.
Plus, Heather Locklear is hot. See why she's moving from Melrose Place to superstardom in New York City.
There is a God. Heather be thy name.
Then, why Will Smith is saying so long to Bel Air and hello as the Fresh Prince of Hollywood films.
Christopher Reeve's 911 call. He's back in the hospital with his wife at his side. E.T. has the very latest on Christopher's condition. Plus, OJ's down there, close and personal.
The heck you are.
Plus,
We're getting like an edge on the competition.
Playboy's personal preview to the Super Bowl. These girls.
Nice. This see? It's when it used to be able Playboy's personal preview to the Super Bowl. This is before women got all uppity and shit.
Girls are having a ball and gearing up for their own sexy showdown.
Nice.
I'm 5'2" and 100 pounds, but I'm tough.
Yeah, I bet you are.
This is Entertainment Tonight for Wednesday, January 17th, 1996. Hi, everybody.
There it is, the All-Star team. Mary Hart and John Tesh back together as it should be.
I'm Mary Hart.
And I'm John Tesh. And just when everything was going so well for Christopher Reeve and his future appeared brighter, a sudden 911 call for help. ET's Mark Steinis has the latest.
I spoke with him earlier. I think he is doing fine, and his spirits are good.
I mean, his legs aren't working and his arms aren't working. We were a little terrified, but he said that was pre-existing condition. So once that happened, we're like, okay. Whew.
Christopher Reeve's recovery suffered a setback yesterday. A 911 call by one of his aides sent an ambulance to his home.
He had AIDS?
Home, where he was rushed to the nearby Northern Westchester Hospital. Today, an official read a statement from Reeve about his condition called autonomic dysreflexia, which doctors say is common among quadriplegics.
It causes the patient's blood pressure to swing erratically from high to low, and if left untreated, can lead to a heart attack or a stroke.
Christopher's courageous comeback had so far seemed to be going without a hitch. The actor went home in time for the holidays, and just last week, his own ability to breathe had brought amazement to his wife.
He's off the respirator, and yesterday was a landmark because he was off for 1 hour. So he whooped and hollered.
This week, Christopher had been breathing on his own for an amazing 90 minutes. Now it's his fans who are holding their breath. waiting to see what this setback...
Really? Do you think that was great? Now it's his fans who are holding his breath? You think that was appropriate?
...means for Reeves' wish to someday walk again.
Christopher Reeve is in the hospital's intensive care unit, but doctors say his condition is expected to improve quickly, and he will likely be able to go home in just a few days. We'll keep our fingers crossed. John and Mary?
Thank you.
Hope so.
Heartbreak for Andy Griffith. His son, Andy Jr., was found dead today in his North Hollywood home. The L.A. coroner says it apparently was from natural causes, but there will be an autopsy.
How did his son die of natural causes? How old is his son?
Andy Griffith Jr. was only 38.
38? How do you die of natural causes at 38?
George Burns turns 100 this week, and everybody wants to give him a birthday hug.
I wish him happy birthday and all the cigars.
The old beautiful man.
Richard, fucking legend.
God bless you.
Happy birthday, George.
Tom Selleck and his mustache.
You're still as sexy as ever.
Man, Leah Thompson could get it, though, right? Leah Thompson could fucking get it.
Happy 100th birthday, George. Keep coming back,
Shut
buddy.
up.
All of Hollywood wishes George Burns a happy...
And he's still alive today.
100th. Unfortunately, he was too ill last night to attend a party in his honor to benefit Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. But the show must go on, and Anne Margaret sang a special song for him.
We're celebrating 100 years tonight, you know.
Throughout his long career, Burns has charmed millions of fans. One of his longtime admirers is Carol Channing.
I said, George, do you feel your own sex appeal? He said, oh, yeah.
Jesus, Carol Channing. What's wrong with you?
Else can come true, what can happen to you if you're young at heart.
Over the past decade, we've helped George celebrate his birthdays, and he's shared with us his wit and wisdom.
You can't help getting older, but you don't have to get old.
I love George Burns. I mean, George Burns was the fucking man.
Very exciting life. And I expect the second half to be just as exciting.
Happy birthday, George. His 100th birthday is actually on Saturday, and there will be much hoopla. Cable's AMC will air Burns and Allen skits all Saturday.
She's already the queen of primetime. Soon, Roseanne may be the queen of late night. Fox and...
Until she takes Ambien.
Roseanne's people tell E.T. they're in development on a late night Saturday series that Roseanne would produce. Fox describes it as a cross between MTV and Saturday Night Live.
Oh, yeah? How'd it do? What was the name of that show?
Now Heather Locklear, the bad girl of Melrose Place, is taking her...
She was also on Spin City.
...her act to the big screen.
A lot of people have written in saying, when are you going to be in a movie? When are you going to do something different?
Well, Heather's fans have gotten their wish because she just signed to do a major role in a big-budget movie, The First Wives Club. And her co-stars will be Bette Midler, Diane Keaton, and Goldie Hawn.
Heather is someone who can play Vixen.
Heather's someone who can play Vixen and everything. And, you know, we love her so much. We're just waiting for her downfall.
Play evil. She's also hysterically funny. And this movie should give...
Is she?
Give her a chance to stretch in ways that people haven't seen her.
It's Heather Locklear. And she's signaling to us, there is a God.
Heather be thy name.
Although she had a cameo in Wayne's World 2 and starred in the B-movie Return of the Swamp Thing, Heather became a superstar on television. Fox TV executive John Matoyan accompanied Heather to last year's Emmys and said...
Heather Locklear could fucking get it.
She'll be big on both the small and the silver screen.
She has all the glamour in the world, and
she didn't though. Did she ever have a movie that took off? I don't remember a Heather Locklear movie that took off.
Yet she has all the realness in the world, and that's the best of both worlds for someone like that. She's not just she's not just a glamour lady. She has it all.
Melrose Place fans rejoice. Although Heather's making a movie, she will stick with the hit TV series.
She fucking better.
Will Smith, TV's Fresh Prince, is departing Bel Air for the movies, and his sitcom is departing as well.
This is the first thing I've ever done acting, so I have zero formal theatrical training.
Trust me, Will. We're very aware.
We were there with Will Smith as he started his acting career on The Fresh Prince of Bel Air, fresh from musical success. Now, 6 years later, he's turning his back on television to make that leap to the big screen.
And whether you like him or not, it worked out for him.
Action hit Bad Boys with Martin Lawrence took off like a shot last year, and his first starring role in the film 6 Degrees of Separation earned him critical praise.
He can be a serious actor, and he has 5 years of sitcom experience, which shows that he can do comedy. So he's really got all of his options. Open.
Sorry, sir. Just a little anxious to get up there and whoop some alien ass, that's all.
Say it's Independence Day. He was in the movie Welcome to Earth.
Will already has another action film, Independence Day, with Harry Connick Jr. under his belt, and he will be working on a sequel to Bad Boys.
I enjoy working with Martin. You know, we have a lot of...
He's the man. I remember Bad Boys. Bad Boys was the movie when it came out where Martin Lawrence was top billed in the first one. And then all the other ones, Will Smith was top billed.
Fine, so I'm definitely interested in the Bad Boys, too. And how will your wonderful heroes come out of this one? Stay tuned.
Independence Day opens July 3rd, and Bad Boys 2 will likely hit theaters next year. Lisa Kudrow is not leaving Friends, but...
Ugly. I never understood. Lisa Kudrow was the ugliest person on Friends, and I'm including Ross in that.
She's building a nice movie career on the side. Daily Variety says she's going to star in the movie Romy and Michelle about 2 women...
Oh, yeah? Name another big Lisa Kudrow film that took off.
...headed for their high school reunion. This will be Lisa's second major film.
Kurt Russell's Escape from New York was a cult hit back 15 years ago. Now Kurt is going to Escape from L.A. with E.T.'s Jan Carl riding along with him.
It's one of the strangest movie sets ever, half a mile long and full of weirdos. But it was once a quite glamorous place, Sunset Boulevard. It's the future. In the middle of the madness is Kurt Russell. The year is 2013,
Curtis Russell, please. You will address him by his Christian name.
and this is the vision Kurt Russell has.
Why are you yelling?
The future.
Why are you yelling at us? Stop yelling at us.
This is where they throw the moral criminals now for the United States. So the criminally insane still go to New York.
E.T. was first invited to watch Russell work on Escape from L.A.
Both of these movies are great. Escape from New York, Chevrolet are both great movies. I love them both.
The sequel to his 1981 cult hit, Escape from New York. His character, Snake Plissken, is back.
Hell yeah.
I'm feeling terribly underdressed. I definitely need some feathers, and I definitely need some weapons.
Oh, yeah, well,
I mean,
Snake always, of course, has...
This is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
In the movie, L.A. has suffered the biggest earthquake in history. Kurt
God, I wish.
tells me that what we see here is what we will get.
This is the RTV,
This is
what's left of it.
It's ominous because it really is true. I mean, this is what it's going to look like.
And you're right. This is what LA looks like now.
We keep denying the big earthquake, and we're the modern-day Pompeians, you know.
In this scene, Snake has to hop onto a moving motorcycle, knocking off the riders. First, Kurt's stuntman works for several takes. For close-ups, Kurt moves in. Kurt's kept in good shape over the years. In fact, this movie starts with Russell wearing the exact costume he did in the first movie. It still fits.
I've never done a sequel. And I always say, if I ever were to play the same character again, the only one I'd want to...
Oh, man, I want to watch Escape from LA now.
It would be Snake. And I just loved that character. I thought he was great.
So far, Kurt's real-life leading lady, Goldie Hawn, has not had a chance to see that wildest of movie sets. She's co-starring with Heather Locklear in The First Wives Club, which you guys talked about just a little bit earlier.
Stop stealing my thunder, Mary Hart. I have to sit in this shitty side desk over here. Why the fuck you gotta steal my thunder? I have like one thing I could talk about, you dumb slut.
Appropriate you should be doing the story on the 2-year anniversary of the big earthquake here. Thank you very much for reminding us.
Sure, no problem.
If that's what it looks like, I don't want it to happen again.
No, the incense, the fires, it was a bit bizarre, to say the least.
Yeah. Thanks, Jen.
Thank you.
OJ says his side of the story is worth $29.95. Now there's a guy who says, don't give OJ the money. Coming up on ET, meet the disc jockey who's throwing a block on OJ's
Oh boy, a disc jockey?
home video. He says, don't buy it, I'll give it to you free.
Plus, Playboy Playmates get a head start on the games of Super Bowl Sunday.
Nice. I mean, cool.
But is the limbo really a sport?
Then we're going to the country for a down-home visit with superstar Winona.
Is she a superstar?
She talks with me about marriage and motherhood.
Now you're going to have another baby.
Yeah.
Then,
You are wicked. Wicked but good.
it's sex with a southern accent with the bows and the bells of prime time.
Stay tuned for
The Women of Savannah.
Don't go anywhere if you know it's good for you.
All right. I mean, I'm all for the women in Savannah. Unfortunately, though, we've reached the end of our show, but you know we're gonna finish this. We're gonna finish this episode, obviously. But tomorrow is movie day here on Daywave. I'll surprise you tomorrow. I haven't decided what we're gonna watch yet, so you'll know tomorrow when you show up. It'll be on D Live. It'll be on D Live, as is tradition. Thank you everybody for listening. Thank you everybody that tuned in. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for going on my satanic journey, I guess. I appreciate it. Let's see. What are we gonna play here? I'm gonna try to pick a good outro song here. Let's go. Let's do let's do this one. I like this one. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. I'll be back tomorrow with Daywave, but I'll be back even sooner in 4 hours. 4 for Revenge of the Sith. I hope you're there. Thank you for all the donations. You guys are the best. Tomorrow's movie day. Hope you come and enjoy it with me. And if you don't, I understand. You hate me, and I hate you too. I really do appreciate it. I hope all of you have a fantastic, amazing, wonderful, and productive Daywave. Bye.
It's not in the way you've been treating my friend.